In a recent discussion we had on my live show and also through email, a number of astute viewers were talking about the recent Colorado accident and the 110-year sentence that the driver got. I did a video about this. I suggested that the company and its leaders should also serve some time, maybe share a cell with this person. And a number of people said, no, this person is qualified. They have a license. Why is that enough? Hello, and welcome to Trucking Answers. I'm Mark, your cell host. You see, I don't think it's satisfactory that a company can say, look, this person has a license, and so they're qualified to drive. Here's a perfect example. I go to truck school and get my license. And that day I apply for a company and get a job. They then fly me to the Eisenhower Tunnel, drop me off in a helicopter and say, a driver abandoned the truck here, take it down to our terminal in Denver. Would people think that I'm qualified to do that? I have a license. I don't think a company should be able to say, well, they have a license. That shouldn't be enough. In fact, when I went to truck school, they told us, we're just here to get you your license. The rest of that, you'll learn later. You can use this license to go get a job and then get trained later. I think a company should have to ensure that the people it has do a job, and that's no matter what company it is. Whatever job they ask you to do, they should ensure that you are competent to be able to do that job. If you aren't, and they know it, or have reason to know it, in my opinion, they should then serve whatever time comes with that. That would end a lot of this, flim-flam stuff that companies do where they put drivers on the road that aren't really ready for it. This isn't some driver that went down a speed bump. This driver killed 4 people and injured many more. Furthermore, this driver needed an interpreter in court. I love that. It should be much more difficult to get a license. I agree with you. The driving test is a sham, really. The written test, you can get those answers online. I have always thought there should be a 3-step license. When you get your license, you get a novice license. You can come back in a year and upgrade it to a professional license if you've been working. Once you have your license for 5 years, ticket and accident free, you can then go in and apply to get an expert license. You would be tested by other expert drivers that already have this license. And it would be a very comprehensive knowledge and driving test. Just like in ham radio. When you go get a license upgrade, the people testing you in the upgrade have that level license or higher. You don't have people without that license, or like they do now, people that don't drive, testing you. Once you prove your proficiency, you can then go and get a professional or expert license. A company could then rely on that and say, okay, well, I hired this person, they have an expert license. Now, the license, it basically is nearly meaningless. Someone with 50 years of driving, perfect record, has the same license as someone that started driving last Tuesday. We don't find this in any other profession. Doctors, when someone gets their doctor license, right, and they're called doctor, like our current president's wife, they have to go through a ton of training and ongoing training. Pilots require training to get a license. Truck drivers require a couple of weeks of training with somebody who may not even have a license, depending on what the state it is. That's what should change. I don't like a company hiding behind the fact that somebody has a license so they're qualified. That is not the case. Although I have no say in it, I would like to see these people charged. I'm sure they won't be. It's probably not even allowed. Can we get that changed? Doubtful. That's why I think those people should be charged, though. Just hanging your hat on the license that the government gives you shouldn't be enough. You should ensure that the people are trained and proficient enough to do the job you're asking them to do. And if not, and you still allow them to do that job, you should hold some liability as their employer, I think. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon with another Trucking Answers.